I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap, only God wants.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here today on this special Thursday episode, as we are going to be here 3 times today. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, as we'll be here right now. We'll be here at 5 o'clock for the Southside Boys, and then we'll be here at 7 o'clock for the finale of WrestleMania Throwback Season 2 with my guy Will the Gray, aka MJF, as we're going to watch WrestleMania 15 in its entirety. But guys, we're here today to talk about something that's been going on in the IWC a little bit lately. And listen, before I say anything, I love Liv Morgan. I've always been a fan of Liv Morgan. I remember when she had her hat backwards in NXT, when she was coming out in the baseball shirts where it's like that. I remember when I don't have pink hair, I got red hair, but I remember when she had pink hair. She was coming out, sticking out her tongue. She was with the Riot Squad. They were doing their thing on SmackDown when we were in the middle of SmackDown and everything else like that, when we were getting and we had the draft and everything else like that. So, we've had Liv Morgan go through a lot. But, this year, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know why you guys have done it for me or to me, but you guys have completely ruined Liv Morgan for me. I just want to make sure we sound good. So, you guys have completely ruined Liv Morgan. Because if you want to go all the way back to, let's say we go back to, even from when she won Money in the Bank. When she won Money in the Bank, she cashed in the same night and she won the championship. She became SmackDown Women's Champion. She didn't have too long of a run. Why isn't this going in? She didn't have too long of a run. But Liv Morgan won the championship. She won Money in the Bank, and she will always have that moment. I think I even have the action figure in one of these boxes somewhere with her, and with her having that moment. And that's a moment that she'll always never forget. But the craziness that has went down this year, and even maybe a little bit last year, because she was in a match at WrestleMania last year. This will be, right now, her first ever WrestleMania that she is missing. Last year, she was in the tag team showcase match and everything else like that with the women. So, right now, and as you guys know, the last 2 years, she has been the runner-up in the Royal Rumble. And usually, if we go by the little conspiracy theory that I have, usually the runner-up in the WrestleManias, in the Royal Rumbles, usually are in a big-time match at WrestleMania. Well, last year, as I said, Liv Morgan was not. She was in a tag team showcase match. And this year, she was the runner-up again. She came oh so very close, but Bayley, the woman that will be main eventing WrestleMania against Io Sky, eliminated her, and we saw Liv Morgan not win and not get that opportunity for the 2nd year in a row. And I'm not here to bash Liv Morgan. I'm not here to say anything bad about Liv Morgan. I love Liv Morgan. I've loved everything she's done. I think she's great. Everything that she's doing outside of the ring with Chucky, everything else like that. I think she's going to be a big star eventually. But the craziness of the WWE Universe and the craziness of these WWE fans has just been outrageous. You guys know we have one of the big Liv Morgan fans, and I never deny somebody's love for somebody. If you want to root for whoever you want to root for, go ahead. Listen, we're not all going to like the same person. But when it gets to the point where we're sitting here on live streams, and we're on live streams, and you're in other live streams, and that's all you're hearing is the Liv Morgan, the Liv Morgan, the Liv Morgan, the Liv Morgan, Liv Morgan. Like, at some point it gets annoying, guys. And it's just like, listen, WWE has other plans. And Liv Morgan, yes, she deserves it, and yes, she's one of the top stars. But if you want to look at it at certain ways, people don't get the opportunity to be on every WrestleMania card. They don't deserve, or not deserve, because every person deserves, every person works their butt off every single year and every single time, all year round, to get on the card in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not saying that Liv Morgan hasn't worked her ass off, because we all know that she has, and she's done good things. But this year just is not her year, and from hearing people in my chats, seeing in other people's chats, and people being on live streams and talking about how Liv Morgan deserves this, and Liv Morgan deserves that, and Liv Morgan this, and Liv Morgan that. And then we have people going and saying Liv Morgan is the greatest of all time and trying to say that she's better than others, when, let's be real, guys, she's not. She's not better than Trish Stratus. She's not better than certain people. And there's, it was obviously a different era and everything. And again, as I'm going to continue to say, I'm not here to bash her. I'm not here to talk bad about her. I'm not here to do any of that, because I'm not here to get no hate about it, because that's not what I want to do here. I just want to talk about and why it's just too much, and why people just in general, Liv Morgan fans, other people fans, because all of this started when we got the Cody crybabies. We got the hashtag We Want Cody. And then everybody thought that if we just put hashtag We Want Tino, we want The Rock, we want Cena, we want whoever, we want everybody is going to get something. That's just not how it works. The Cody Rhodes situation is something completely different. Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes pretty much, and he kind of admitted it yesterday on the Ariel Helwani show, the MMA Hour, that they kind of that he found out that he was losing when he got speared at last year's WrestleMania, and the fact that The Rock said something to him as they kind of did, what they did, and they kind of made a turn. He didn't say it completely, but in a way he did kind of say that they did kind of switch things back, and maybe the plan was for Rock and Roman, but Cody, We Want Cody got over. But the 2 days after the We Want Cody thing got over, everybody started with the hashtag We Want Liv Morgan, and all of these Liv Morgan fans comes out of the woodworks, and now, since then, we don't hear anything about Liv Morgan this, Liv Morgan that, Liv Morgan this, Liv Morgan that. And at the same press conference, you can actually see the video above me. You see Becky Lynch, and then you see Rhea Ripley. That is the match, guys. They've been teasing this match since the press conference. And if you do not believe that this is the match that people think, and the people that you think people don't want to see, then I don't know what you're watching, and you're absolutely crazy. Because you got to think about and how and why WWE is going to do this. Becky Lynch has been a big-time name. Becky Lynch has been a big-time star. She's got her book coming out. If anybody has read that, I hear it's phenomenal, so I think I'm going to have to get into reading again. But Becky Lynch doing that, her having the things that she has. She's obviously in a relationship with Seth. She's doing all these things. She's main evented WrestleMania. She's the first ever woman to do that. She's the first ever woman to win the match. She's the first ever woman to do a lot of things. So Rhea Ripley, obviously, mommy doing her thing, mommy on top, and taking over the women's division in just 1 year and completely just being and just running through it, is the match that everybody wants to see. And yes, I understand that people think Liv deserves it and Liv this and Liv that, and yes, she does. She deserves to be in some type of something or another. But just because we do a hashtag We Want Liv Morgan, or just because we go on Twitter and start yelling at people and arguing and not having ourselves a good time and just fighting and being dumb because we're angry about this and that, it's not going to work, and it doesn't work that way with everybody, guys. It's just not how it works. You have to realize that people are, like I said, Cody won the Royal Rumble. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense for Liv Morgan to be in this match. And it doesn't really make sense for anything to go down with Liv Morgan if she's really not involved in anything. And yes, it would be nice to see her on the card, but what do you want her to do? Go out there? Because I feel like no matter what she does, people are going to be mad, people are going to be upset, and it's going to be like, this is the worst, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So, I feel like either way it's a lose-lose, because she's not going to win the match at WrestleMania. If it was a triple threat match, people would still be complaining because it's not a singles match, and people would be mad about something because people find something to always get mad about. I also got into an argument with some guy on Twitter as I was promoting this episode because he was trying to explain to me on what and why Liv Morgan this and that, and why she should have won this, and she should have won. You know, you got to think. Sometimes, and if you listen to interviews, why I always tell you guys, and I know we're all busy and we all have different things going on, so we can't always do it, but if you have the time, I'd listen to these interviews, because you've heard superstars say that it's not always about winning these matches. It's about going out there and putting on a good performance, entertaining us, have us talking about it. Like the fact that I'm even doing this episode is exactly what they kind of want. They want us to be talking about it because this is something that people, you know, we're talking about it. That means Liv Morgan's name's being out there more, and Liv Morgan's, you know, this and that. So I love Liv Morgan, but it just doesn't make sense for her to be in the triple threat match. It doesn't make sense for her to be a part of it if, again, she's going to lose and then you guys are all going to be upset. I think they should, and we've heard Leo say it, kicking it with Leo. And again, I'm not here to bash what Leo says. I'm not here to bash what Eric says. I'm not here to bash anybody's fandom of somebody. All I'm saying is just like going to these podcasts and listening to it for hours and hours and hours is annoying. Like, if I sat here and talked about John Cena for hours and hours and hours about how John Cena's the greatest, I can name every championship, what pay-per-view it was, this and that. But you guys don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to listen to me talk about John Cena for hours. Yes, it's nice to see John Cena come back. It's cool. I hope he does come back. I got no expectations for him to come back, though. But if we see John Cena come back, you know your boy Tino going to mark out and be happy. But I also know John Cena's not going to beat Roman Reigns. I also know John Cena's not going to beat Cody Rhodes. And I also know that there may never be an opportunity for John Cena to get that 17-time championship. But you don't see me over here going hashtag we want Cena, having a mental breakdown on the X or Twitter or YouTube, wherever the heck you guys are, and go throwing a conniption fit because we're not getting what we want in professional wrestling, when professional wrestling, guys, as you know, is scripted and they already know what we're doing. Just like with the Roman and Cody. Rock and Roman and Cody. They're all sitting backstage laughing at all of us dodos because we're sitting there buying into this and that's exactly what they want, because people go and watch The Late Show. Speaking of that, I watched The Late Show. That was the worst 10 minutes of my life. You could skip that interview. Waste of time, guys. I don't know if you watched it, but if you have not yet, you could definitely skip it. So, it's not going to happen. Liv Morgan, she might be doing something with Up, Up, Down, Down. Maybe she'll have a backstage segment. Maybe they'll come out. Maybe she'll do something. And maybe she does get involved in the triple threat. And maybe everything I'm saying is just full of nonsense and I'm just sitting here venting right now because I've been building up up anger towards these Liv fans because I love Liv Morgan. I've loved Liv Morgan since the beginning of her time in NXT, all the way to winning the championship, all the way to doing everything that she's done. But the last literally 2 months, you guys have all literally just made me not despise Liv Morgan, but you make me embarrassed to be a fan of Liv Morgan because that's all people see is what you guys put out there. And normal fans like us that understand what's going on get ruined because you guys all want to act like crazy people and have people deactivate Twitter, Instagram, and all that. And Liv Morgan hasn't done that, but we've seen it in the past with people where people on Twitter and X get too much, get too angry, and they have themselves and everything else like that. I see Noob in the house. I see Noob and Cole. He says, we want Asuka. Right? Asuka is going, and she was main eventing WrestleMania last year with Bianca, as we saw in the showcase mode. And now she's in a 6-woman tag team match with Damage Control, taking on Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. You don't see we want Bianca. Bianca literally is main evented the last 2 WrestleManias, and Bianca Belair is in a 6-woman tag team match. You know it's still WrestleMania without you can't have WrestleMania without the EST. So she's on the card. She's doing what she needs to do. There's no reason for it. There's people, Austin Theory went and faced John Cena last year at WrestleMania, and now he's in a tag team match and has apparently been rumored to be removed to it if we possibly have a return of a returning tag team, a legend tag team or something like that. I could sit here for hours and go hashtag we want somebody. How about hashtag I want a White Sox win? Do you see me complaining? I mean, yes, I complain here and there, but it doesn't it's too much. It is really too much. And I literally feel like I've been sitting here venting and rambling for 20 or almost 20 minutes. We're at 14 minutes. We do got 36 people in the house, so thank you guys all stopping by, hanging out. If you are enjoying this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, as we are on the road to 1860 and 1900. Let's try to get to 1900 before we end WrestleMania week, everybody, on Monday with the Raw after WrestleMania. So if you have not yet, guys, hit that subscribe button. We got 11 on YouTube, so thank you guys all stopping by. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm not here to bash nobody for their fandom. I'm not here to hate on whoever you like. If you love Doink the Clown, if you love Reggie, if you love Scripps, if you love Axiom, whoever you like. I don't know why those guys came to my mind. I saw somebody with a... I saw one of my figures with a mask, and I thought of Axiom. You don't see me? What about Rey Mysterio? Rey Mysterio is in a tag team match with Santos Escobar, Dominic, and Dragon Lee, and people wanted to see Dominic and Rey Mysterio. And I actually sent it to one of my friends that is a huge Rey Mysterio fan, and this is exactly what he had to say. Because I asked him, and I was like, so what do you think about this being Rey Mysterio's match card? He says it's absolutely, being able to see my boy Rey at WrestleMania no matter what is awesome. And it's always a plus. So that's where I'm saying, it's like, just be happy that they're doing something, and don't be mad that they're not on the card, because again, it's not like Liv has been buried. It's not like Liv isn't still a part of everything. And I've said it before on what I think they're going to do with Liv Morgan. So before we get to the chat, I'm going to tell you what I think that they're going to do, and I'm going to tell you what I feel is going to happen at WrestleMania. And again, it might not, but this is just what I think. And again, right now, we could look back at this video and Liv Morgan's in a big storyline, and all these Liv Morgan fans are happy and everything's happy-go-lucky. But right now, you fans just need to relax and chill, take a chill pill, and enjoy WrestleMania week, because it's already Thursday, guys, and WrestleMania week begins tomorrow. So let's just take a chill pill. So, let's talk about now and what I think is going to happen after WrestleMania. Hypothetically, we don't see Liv Morgan. We don't see Liv Morgan at all this weekend. We don't see her. We see her, and we might not even see her Monday. Maybe we don't see Liv Morgan for a couple days or a couple weeks. But after we see Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, I still don't know who is going to win this match, but I'm going to say two things. I'm going to do it both ways, because I don't want to give away my predictions, and honestly, I still don't know who I think is going to win this match. So, hypothetically, Rhea Ripley wins WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley wins. She beats Becky Lynch, the man. Becky Lynch goes and takes some time, and she takes some time off. And Rhea goes, and she has a little bit longer of a rivalry. And maybe they do have Liv Morgan go, and maybe Liv Morgan is the next challenger. And we see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley at Backlash, maybe Money in the Bank, because that's where Liv Morgan won her championship. So why not have it be full circle, and maybe she wins it at Money in the Bank? So we could see something like that, where if Rhea does win, because if Rhea wins, how much longer is she going to want to keep it? Because we know that she's planning a wedding. We know that she's been doing this run for a little bit. She probably wants a little bit of time off. And that's with a lot of matches. We'll talk about it more tomorrow when we do the preview show at 2:30. But we have a lot of people that could be gone after WrestleMania that people are going to need to fill in for. So Rhea Ripley wins. And let's say, like I said, say it's Money in the Bank. Because I think Money in the Bank would be perfect. Because I feel like we're probably going to get a bunch of rematches at Backlash like we always do. So we very well could get a Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley rematch, and then maybe that's where Becky wins. Maybe that's where Rhea wins again. But we'll have to see what happens. So, like I said, in this scenario, Rhea Ripley wins. She beats Becky Lynch. She moves on, and we have Liv Morgan go and face Rhea Ripley. And like I said, I would love to see Liv Morgan go full circle and have that moment where she won the first championship at Money in the Bank, and now she wins her second championship at Money in the Bank, defeating Mommy, pins her, and she could say, and she could do her thing, and all the Liv Morgan fans go into excitement, and you guys already know Leo would be, there's something in this bottle. You guys already know Leo would be popping bottles, we'd be celebrating, he'd be having live streams. It'd be a good old happy day for Leo and all the Liv Morgan fans. So, Rhea Ripley wins. I think that's what would happen with Liv Morgan. Now, on the other hand, let's say Becky Lynch wins. Let's say the man wins, guys. And let's say Becky Lynch beats Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Now, Rhea Ripley, as I said earlier in the scenario that Rhea Ripley wins, Becky Lynch beats Rhea. Now Rhea can go, she can go plan her wedding. Her and Buddy could go take a honeymoon. She could have a little time to rest. She could have herself a little bit good old time. So, this scenario, we see Becky Lynch defeat Mommy. And then maybe we see her go up against somebody else, and maybe Rhea does stick around till Backlash, but in this scenario, Rhea leaves after WrestleMania. We don't see Rhea Ripley no more after Saturday, or is it Sunday? Saturday? Sunday? I still can't figure out what day is what. I think it's Saturday. Saturday is the Rhea and Becky match. Let me know in the chat. I think it is. I think it's Saturday. So, Becky Lynch wins. We don't see Mommy. So Becky comes out on Raw. She's doing her thing. She's proven that she's the best. She's the man. She's proven to her daughter that she can win championships. Celebrating. Maybe we see her daughter celebrate with her. I don't know how Seth and Becky, yeah. So we could see something like that. And then maybe we see her go off to challenge somebody like Nia. We could see her go challenge somebody that, maybe gets a few opportunities. Kind of like she did with the NXT Women's Championship. And then, going to SummerSlam, I think that we'll see Liv Morgan in like a ladder match. We'll see in the Money in the Bank match. I don't think she'd win. But I do think that if we get to SummerSlam in this scenario, I think what happens is that we see Becky against Liv. In some way, shape, or form, it gets back there. Because we've seen, and as you guys can see behind me, I'm going to remove my camera. We've seen this interaction between Liv Morgan and Becky. We saw the press conference and obviously the match that's going down. So we have seen some things. We've seen a backstage segment with Becky and Liv where Liv was like, don't do this, you've done all this stuff. So I think we could very well see Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. So again, they might do it right away. But like I said, in this scenario, SummerSlam, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, I think Liv Morgan wins the championship against Becky Lynch. And I think that we see Mommy return maybe at the end of SummerSlam to close the show, or to close the match, because who knows what the SummerSlam main event will be. Who knows? It could be Cody against The Rock, and the match that we did on Tuesday could happen in reality in August, or in July at SummerSlam. So in this scenario, we see Liv Morgan win her championship, and we have Rhea Ripley return. We could see Rhea and Liv. Maybe Liv is a heel now. Rhea could come back as a big baby face, all fresh, honeymoon, have a few months off. I guess it would be a long months off. But in this scenario, like I said, then we could lead the Rhea and Becky, or Rhea and Liv. And maybe we see it at WrestleMania 41. Maybe we see it accumulate, and in a year from now, when we're doing the WrestleMania 41 preview show, maybe we're talking about Liv Morgan against Rhea Ripley, or it's Liv Morgan against somebody else. So, either way, in either scenario, I think the next challenger is Liv Morgan, or she's not very far off the list to be the next championship at some point. It's just not going to happen at WrestleMania. And that's the whole point of this video, and just because people need to realize it's going to happen eventually. She's going to happen, and she's going to get her moment again. A lot of people, again, they don't like Liv Morgan. A lot of people don't think Liv Morgan's a main eventer. But I've also heard people such as Leo say that Becky Lynch isn't a main eventer. And I just don't think that that's correct, because Becky Lynch is main evented WrestleMania. She's won championships. She's done things to have and be out there to prove that she can main event. And again, I think Liv Morgan can do the same thing. It's just not her time. And as I said, guys, should we all just have a mental breakdown because we want Gable? What about Chad Gable? Should Chad Gable be added to the Intercontinental Championship match? I mean, I thought so. But I'm not going to have a conniption fit if he's not. I'm going to go and watch WrestleMania, and I have a feeling that we may see Sami Zayn win, and then we see Sami Zayn against Gable for the IC title, and Gable gets his moment against Sami Zayn. Yes, it would have been cool to see him against Gunther, but Sami Zayn, obviously, we could say we want Sami too, because Sami was in the main event with his best friend last year, winning the tag team championships, and now he's fighting for the IC title, and people feel like that's a bad thing. He's still in a title match, he's still in a big program, and he's still on the card for WrestleMania. So why are you mad? Again, and all of this could be prevented if everybody would just enjoy themselves and watch wrestling and not have mental breakdowns and cry about everything and be a big babies and cry like my thumbnail because everybody just doesn't like what it's not, and it's not up to their standards because it's not what they like. They don't care what we think, guys. They care about what the ratings, they care about what they think, like everybody. And again, if you got to think about a casual wrestling fan also, there's a lot of people that, just watch WrestleMania season. There's people that will just tune in for WrestleMania season. So you got to think about what they want. Not the people that watch it every week. Not the people that sit here like us and talk about it and watch reruns and watch this and watch that. Maybe you're not all like me. But not everybody's like us, because I know there's a lot of people like me that don't do the same thing. So, not everybody is like us, and not everybody watches it like this. So you have to think about what they want, and what WWE, the networks, the TKO, what Dwayne, what everybody else wants. So I've been talking here now for 26 minutes. My throat kind of hurts, and we still got 2 more episodes to do today. So now I'm going to get to the chat. I want to hear what you guys got to say. What do you guys think about my scenarios? Do you guys like those scenarios? What do you guys think? I will not read any mean or ignorant or rude comments. Those will be deleted, and you will be automatically blocked from the stream, because I do not want any of this. Everything I have said is nothing that I hate about Liv Morgan. Nothing that I said about anything about Liv Morgan is bad. I just, as I said, do not think it's her time, and she will have her time eventually. And like I said, I love Liv Morgan, and I bet you guys probably haven't even watched Liv Morgan, and you only started watching her when she was at the end of the Riot Squad, once she started getting a little bit this and that. And again, I don't even want to talk about her attributes and everything else like that, because I know that's something that could be a whole nother podcast, and on why people also like Liv Morgan. But again, Liv Morgan's a very attractive woman. But guys, if you want to fight Taylor Rotunda, and if you want to fight Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, then you guys can go ahead and do all that. But I'm just going to be a fan of Liv Morgan. And if I ever sign in or I meet her, I'll say hi and how you doing. It's so great. Maybe take a picture. But let Liv Morgan, let her live her best life. Let her do what she's got to do. And let's wait, because that moment that she wins is going to be even sweeter for all of you Liv Morgan stans and all of you Liv Morgan fans that just have been writing and just praying that she's going to be in the match. So, let's get to the chat now, because my throat's kind of hurting now. What's up, Jadis? Eric, you should be the first comment. I'm done. Alright, Jadis. I get it. Liv hasn't gotten her chance yet since she returned. Don't get me wrong, the talented, I'm sure, they'll have something for her after Mania, but either she goes after Rhea or Io. And again, I think she goes after Rhea. I think that's exactly, again, Rhea or Becky. Whoever wins, I think she goes after. I'm sure Chad Gable, that's what I'm saying. What about Gable? There's so many people. Get his moment. I'm sure Gunther's next opportunity will probably be Chad Gable, but I think Gunther is losing. That's what I think, personally. Now, I didn't understand why The Rock called Cody Rhodes crybabies. How is he the crybaby if he won the Royal Rumble? Therefore, The Rock in his way. He's in Cody's way. I mean, that's the thing, Jadis. That's the whole point and with The Rock and Cody Rhodes, is that, it's one of those things that we have, and that we have very well seen, to where that, these fans are all having mental breakdowns. And it's like, again, The Rock is doing everything The Rock is doing, and everything is fantastic with The Rock. I think the Cody Crybabies is fantastic. And again, we just have now something we can call everybody that cries about a certain superstar. And I get The Rock and family wanted why The Rock was probably mad because didn't like what Cody was picked. Therefore, we're getting the main event. Yeah, and again, I always like to say everything happens for a reason. I'm sure they'll do something with Sheamus. Yeah, well, again, what about Sheamus? What about Ricochet? What about Bronson Reed? What about, I mean, there's so many people that are, the roster is so deep and the roster is so talented that you could go and you have so many different type of opportunities for different people that people just need to realize that not everybody is going to be on the stage and they're not going to be on the show and the show of shows and everything else like that. So, again, guys, it is what it is, but you just have to realize that it's just, yeah. I'll be surprised if Eric or Leo aren't in the chat. I doubt Leo will be, but we got Eric right here. I know I've just been saying this like quite often after, but what if Jay versus Jimmy ends in a DQ? Man, if it does, I'm done. Question. What's your question? Jadis, what's your question? Again, I don't want to laugh at none of you. I just want to get this off my chest because I just, it builds up inside of me and it angers me because we're sitting here trying to enjoy wrestling and we're trying to have ourselves a good day and everybody's out here having themselves fights and arguments and it's just like, well, can't we just enjoy our time and just watch it and be, again, how many of you that are here that are watching this episode is still going to watch WrestleMania? Like, that's my thing. She's not going to be the reason why you don't watch WrestleMania. And yes, there might be some fans that are like that, and I get it. But then don't watch it. I'm still going to watch it. I'll still be right here. Whoever wants to come and hang out, say what's up. Jadis, she'll get her opportunity. Yeah, thank you. That's all. Oh, happy birthday to Chelsea Green. I did my best, Samantha Irvin. Happy birthday to Brett. You mean Brett? Happy birthday to Pick Me Girl. Who? Jadis, there's a lot of birthdays today. Why do you think Chelsea is a pick to me? Is a pick to you? Because she's always wants to be the clown one. Well, again, and Chelsea is a perfect example of somebody that said that she doesn't care about winning. She wants to be there and she wants to help the people. And she said that she actually liked losing. And she actually said that she liked to be eliminated. And the fact that she has the record of now being the fastest eliminated in a women's Royal Rumble is something that she takes pride in. So that's just fantastic because it's like, you know, it's just one of those things that I think is just something that people need to realize and just get and just understand that it is what it is. And it just drives me insane the way some people act just drives me absolutely insane. I think that's what it is. I think people just drive it's just like, can't we just let it be, enjoy the show, watch it, and just let's have ourselves a good old time. So let's continue on. Jadis, I never thought about that. Yay. Wait, what? Because she always wants to be the chosen one, like she always wants to be the shine on her, like it's not always. I mean, it's not, but let's be real here. Chelsea Green is fantastic. So, I mean, I'm not saying no to anything that Chelsea Green is doing right now. Again, and it also means that we very well might get Matt Cardona back sooner rather than later. So, I think that would be great. I never thought about it. He said I never thought about it that way. I'm done. Why haven't you thought about it that way, though? Yo, what's up, Daniel? Maybe she'll have something to do with both. That, again, I was talking to somebody. I have a friend at one of the stores over by my house, a food place. And I was talking to him, and I said, again, we didn't see Liv Morgan, and we haven't really seen too much of Liv Morgan on, like, WWE TV and everything else like that. And, you know, I don't know. But maybe she does come back with Bo Dallas. Maybe, you know, maybe she comes back with Uncle Howdy. I feel like Alexa Bliss would be the more likely chosen one to come back as Uncle Howdy and with Uncle Howdy, because obviously Alexa already has that thing with Bray. She did all this and that, so I think that would make a lot more sense. But I also think that it would be one of those things that it would be fun to see. So she better not. She's not better than Sasha. I'm dead. He said she's not better than Sasha. Jadis, you're a funny guy. You don't see rewatched? Huh? You don't hear hashtag? That's, yeah, right? What about we want Big E? And the fact that she had a chance to beat Nia. That's what I'm saying. Hey, what's up, noob? Thank you. Uh-oh, guys. Look at who it is. It's kicking it with Leo. Leo, you say this, bro. But you are probably one of the worst. Listen, I love you, Leo. But we're going to talk truth bombs right now, bro. Listen, I love you, Leo. But you have got to be the worst person to talk to sometimes, because you get on this rant about Liv Morgan and it will go on for hours and hours, and then you'll come back into a live stream and then you're still talking about how Liv Morgan deserves an opportunity. You tried to talk about it with somebody on Last Week on Wrestling last week, and they shut you down on everything you said. Listen, Leo, I love you and I don't hate your fandom, bro, but you need to just realize that it is what it is. It's not gonna happen. You're still gonna watch WrestleMania, and if you don't watch WrestleMania, I'm gonna go and steal your championship. So, Leo, I love you, bro, but you just gotta relax, and it's all gonna be okay. I'll be the first person to say that it doesn't make sense for it doesn't, and that's the thing. Like I would love to see Stone Cold, but what would Stone Cold bring to the WrestleMania if we really haven't seen? Yes, the only thing I will say to that would be cool to see Stone Cold is that we would see Stone Cold fight and maybe do a stunner to The Rock, but that's about it. And that was the worst 10 minutes I ever watched. All they talked about is what they said in the ring. Roman and Rock, basically. That's what I'm saying. I feel like No, I mean, listen, I was excited for it. I love Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's funny. I just expected a little bit more. But again, that's why I always tell you guys to never get your expectations too high. Because I did. I do get my excitement level high sometimes with certain things. But I also realize that you can't always get too excited, because you're always going to be let down. Maybe she could have had a Seth call out someone 2 years ago. Again, maybe. But who is... I mean, again, she could. But we don't need any more matches at WrestleMania. And apparently Pat McAfee was supposed to have a match at WrestleMania. I love you, Pat. But we don't need Pat McAfee on WrestleMania, guys. He can sit on commentary. He could do the oos. We could do the yeet. We could celebrate. He could do the ring general. He could celebrate. He could do all this and that. He could we don't need to see Pat McAfee wrestle. What is it going to be? Pat McAfee against Shane McMahon? They're mad because she doesn't have a match at Mania. Let's just be honest. I am upset she doesn't have it. Yeah, I just get that she's really... Again, you think Roman... I think yes. That's the simple answer to that one. Rhea is probably keeping it till Mania 25 for Bianca. Maybe. She's 2. Who's 2? Huh? Who's 2? We can say, again, Drew McIntyre right now is doing the best work of his career. I mean, not really, but he's talking about how Punk versus Seth was going to be. Well, that's the thing. Should we want CM Punk because CM Punk and Seth was supposed to happen? No, I'm still going to watch Drew and Seth, and I'm going to laugh at CM Punk make these comments that are so great in every which way. Only 2 champions who are favorites to retain at WrestleMania 40 are Gunther and Rhea. I love Liv Morgan too. I feel like she is in a way, but she's not right now. She's not right now. And again, I just don't think. I think, again, Io Sky is going to be champion after WrestleMania, apparently. I guess Chris is now, Chris said that, and then Chris said, never mind, she is not going to be. Listen, I try not to be like this because I don't like to rant and ramble for hours, but I like doing episodes like this because I can just get it all out. Chelsea Green says she's 22, but she's 33. True. We're not going to be thinking about Liv. That's what I'm saying. What about Shinsuke? Okay, Shinsuke, yes. But Tiffany Stratton, I love. Like, again, Tiffany's another one. Tiffany just got here. What would it make sense for Tiffany to come back? Just like with AJ Lee or with these other people that want to come back. Why would it make sense to bring them in the middle of a WrestleMania build where it wouldn't make sense to fit them in? Yes, they made some matches the last few weeks. They built up the Jade and Naomi and Bianca against Damage Control, stuff like that. But what would it have made sense to bring back certain people just to have them be in nothing? It just, again, leave them off TV for a little bit. Use the Raw after WrestleMania. When was the last time we watched the Raw after WrestleMania that actually meant something and that was actually a good television show and 3-hour show to watch? I can't tell you. So, let's be real here. That maybe they save it. Maybe we see return after return, after explosion, after return, and it's a good old party. But again, it's just, Oh, at WrestleMania, she's 2-2. Okay. I'm saying Chelsea is a pick me. Pick me. That's what I'm saying. You're still going to watch. Don't even get your expectations up. That's what I'm saying. Listen, I love the Hardy Boys. But I don't expect them to show up. Now, if they do, again, I'm going to celebrate. We're going to party. I'm going to show you the picture I got of them. But that's about it. And if they don't, I'm still going to watch night 2. You didn't see Dylan. You didn't see Willie. It's just you, Leo, talking about Liv. Stone Cold Steve Austin could help Cody Rhodes. I mean, he could, but what would it make sense? I did see that, Jadis. 2024. What's up, Jose? Maybe that'd be funny. I respect John Cena and everything, but that's what I'm saying. Again, it wouldn't make sense. The only thing that it would make sense for John Cena to come back to would be to face and to have him go and beat up Solo. Maybe take out Solo in the Bloodline Rules match if Roman Reigns and The Rock win on night 1. Bayley is in 2-3 at WrestleMania. Okay. Now, what makes sense is Matt Hardy coming back because of Theory and Waller being replaced. I mean, again, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's not them. Like the tag team division is so stacked right now that I don't think you don't need to have people come back right now. Like, I was listening to the Kelly Chris Van Vliet episode. Go and check that out, guys. And she made a comment about how, she wants to come back for a run. She wants to do things like this and that and everything else like that. But she also said, and she also just talked about what she had to do and how she had to get there and everything else like that, and how she became Divas Championship and won Divas Champion, how she was in the Extreme Expose and all of the things like that. That it's like, I would love to see Kelly come back, but what is Kelly going to exactly do? Are we going to see her go up against Rhea Ripley and just have Rhea beat the crap out of her? Because I don't want to see that. And again, what about Natalya? We want Natalya. I love Natalya. And Natalya's another one, guys. I love Natalya. And sometimes I do kind of like talk a little nonsense. And sometimes I'm like, God, Natalya's this and Natalya's that. But Natalya's always there. She always shows up. She does her job. She goes to NXT as she is in right now. She's helping Mrs. Carmen Petrexka. I hope I'm saying that right. But she's helping our girl Carmen out in NXT. And I think that Carmen is going to be very good. And Natalya's there. She's been here forever. So she's going to go down and help the younger talent. And again, that said, eventually what Becky's going to do, what Bayley will do, what other superstars are going to do to help the next generation to have them keep learning and being how they are and everything else like that. We got Bailey against Kelly. I'm dead. So, guys, we've been here for 44 minutes, and that is all I got to say about Liv Morgan. Like, as I said, I love Liv Morgan, and everything that she's done is great, but the fans need to stop. You guys need to stop ruining her. Let her be. Let's all have ourselves a good week. Let's enjoy WrestleMania night 1 and 2. And let's not enjoy WrestleMania because one superstar that we're all infatuated with, because let's be real here, guys. Most guys only like Liv Morgan because she's a pretty girl and she plays video games. She's a sports fan. She's a Packers fan. You know, to me, I listen. That's like the only thing about Liv Morgan I don't like. But, like, you know, I'll deal with it. So, listen. Everybody has their own different reasons to why do they love Liv Morgan. And they're all what they can all have whatever. But Liv Morgan will be okay. She'll be in something eventually. And right now this episode will be irrelevant because in a few times we will be and Liv Morgan will be champion. And all you Liv Morgan stans will be and will have yourselves a party popping bottles because Liv Morgan is WWE Women's World Champion. Apparently, we're going to see BL at WrestleMania. Who knows? Maybe. I would love to see the Creed brothers. I think the Creed brothers deserve a match, but the Creed brothers really haven't been doing anything. Should I be upset about the Creed brothers not doing anything? I mean, again, guys, it is what it is. So, everybody, that is all I have here for you today. As I said, guys, we got a triple header here today on Tino's Tom. So, make sure that you guys come back here at 5 o'clock as we will be joined here at 5 o'clock with our boy Deech, with our guy Justin, with Tino, and with our guy Elijah as we talk about White Sox baseball. We're 1 week into the season. The White Sox are 1-4. People are hurt. Big baby. We are 1-4. They got swept by the Tigers. Injuries. They've signed Mike Clevinger, and there's a lot going down on the south side. So, come and hang out at 5 o'clock in 3 hours as we go live for the Southside Boys episode. And then tonight at 7 o'clock, it's WrestleMania 15, everybody, as it's the season finale of the WrestleMania throwback. Come and hang out as we have ourselves a good old Thursday night watch-along, and we get ready for WrestleMania weekend. As we begin it tomorrow at 10 a.m. as I come here after watching WrestleMania 1 through 15 and 16 through 39 on my own. We're going to go and rank every WrestleMania from 1 to 39. And then 2:30 tomorrow, come and hang out as we preview the show as shows. We simulated all the matches with Willie Does Wrestling on and at last night on WWE 2K24. We'll come in here and hang out as I give you my full predictions on who wins. Friday night, it's time to celebrate, everybody, as we got the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024, and we got Friday Night SmackDown. It's a 3-hour special show, 3 hours, Friday Night SmackDown, Hall of Fame, 7 to 10. Come and hang out all night with your boy Tino. Friday morning, we got ourselves, or Saturday morning, I should say, we got ourselves NXT Stand and Deliver. Come and hang out as we get ready and we get the appetizer to WrestleMania as it's NXT Stand and Deliver. We got WrestleMania Saturday. I still got to finish the thumbnail for that. We have Sunday morning, guys. We'll be here for the Slammy Awards as we're going to celebrate. We're going to watch it on YouTube. We're going to see who walks out with all of the gold and walks out with all of the celebration as it's the 2024 Slammy Awards. And then Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday, guys. It's the biggest match of all time. It's Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. Will it be Bloodline banned from ringside, or will it be Bloodline rules where everything goes and anything can happen? Guys, thank you all so much for coming here and hanging out here with me today. Let's give out today's MVP. And since he didn't cause too many issues and he stayed for most of the episode, let's give our MVP to our guy Eric as he says, preach. I think, peace it. I don't know. I think that's what you're saying. I don't know. But, Eric, you are today's MVP. So, thank you to Eric for coming and hanging out. Thank you to everybody that have been here for me all week, joining me for all these great episodes. So, if you have enjoyed anything that we've done here, guys, please hit that like button on this episode. Subscribe on the road to 1900. Go and follow all of the notifications, all the all of the social medias on the ticker below, the Southside Boys on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of that good stuff for all your Southside Boys needs. Go follow Tino on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them, TikTok. I can't believe how much we're growing. So do that if you can. But make sure, as I said, guys, you hit that like button on this episode. Double check, because I've noticed that some of you guys have not been hitting that like button. And we need to hit that like button because it helps the algorithm and it helps the videos, do their thing. So, hit that like button if you have not yet. Subscribe on the road to 1902K. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next in 3 hours, 2 hours and 58 minutes to be exact, for the Southside Boys 1 week in. Guys, go get some lunch, and I'll see you at 5 o'clock with Tino, Deech, Justin, and Elijah.